this idea that men only want this one thing is wrong. Let's first make this understood. It is wrong. Now, please, I get and understand completely that many of you have experienced tons of men only wanting one thing. And I think this is what you have to understand. Men in general, believe it or not, do want relationship. Many men do want marriage, all right? And I would argue that more men than it may seem are at the very least open to marriage, all right? However, because they're not trying to marry every woman they meet, there are tons of men who still want to experience and enjoy a woman, quote unquote. And because of that, all right, their pursuit with that woman specifically will be more centered and focused on getting her in bed. That does not mean that's all men want in general, all right? There's so much more to it, but I understand how it's hard to grasp that when you keep getting men so focused on having relations with you. So please understand, and here's another thing I have to mention. A lot of men, because they don't want to be held to the standard of committed relationship and marriage with that specific woman at that time. And please understand, that doesn't necessarily mean, if it's you as a woman, it doesn't mean you're not a good woman. A man can view you as great woman, someone's potential wife, but it's not a fit for him, okay? And I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm just explaining the situation. But he still wants to date you. He still wants to hang with you. He still wants to take things to a certain level. And so this guy, if he does not want you holding him to the standard of marriage and relationship, he may say to you, I'm not looking for anything. Or he may say, I don't believe in marriage. But it's not actually true. And the proof that what I'm saying is correct is how many times have you seen or heard of men who will be in a relationship or in a situationship with one woman, claiming they don't want commitment, claiming they don't want marriage, right? Finally, that woman leaves him or they break up, whatever. 6 months later, he's engaged to somebody else. So it shows you that he was always open to the idea of commitment and marriage, but because he did not want it in the situation with the previous woman, he wasn't going to put that out there. Because he knew if he says it, he'll be held to that. Now, again, I'm not telling you this is okay. I'm not validating it. I'm explaining it. And explaining it for the purpose that you don't confuse those situations with this perception that men don't want more than just laying down with a woman. They do. They do. And I'm going to make one other point. There's this guy who, he's like, you could say he's a pickup artist, or he teaches men how to pick up women, so to speak. And he told me one day how the vast majority of men who want his coaching or, call him for services are actually men trying to get one specific woman. It's not them actually trying to be with all these different women. They just want that to know how they can get this one woman to love them and be with them. So it really shows you how so much more men than you think want more than just having fun in the bedroom. Plain and simple. So, and again, it's important that you really understand that, because if you start to think men only want one thing, then you start to believe, what's the point of us? What's the point of dating? What's the point of these relationships? I'm done with these men. I'm done with this, because you think there's no one out there who wants the level of commitment that you do. But there's plenty. So please reject that mindset and understand you just have to meet the right guy who you connect with and aligns with you and shares your values and your desires so that you guys can come together.
Hello, 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 and welcome to what grown men want. The Grown Men Talking Incorporated. Thank y'all for tuning in over there at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. This will be the first time them kicking off, so let's show them some love. But also remember in announcements that we have October Domestic Violence Month come on. We will be having as guests telling a story, escaping abusive walls of imprisonment, Miss Destiny Giles. We'll also have Miss Crystal Watford, who will be also discussing on how to rise above her wounds. And then no other than Miss Nikita. She's going to come in, as everyone's seen her perform worldwide. She'll be coming in telling you her story as a child, how she surpassed the storm. So make sure y'all tune in and show them some love. And to go ahead and start off the show, we have Mr. Dwight Host.
What's up? What's up? All
Assistant
right.
co-host, Mr. Brennan. And no other than King D. And the best in DJ happening, Mr. Jones.
How you doing there, man? What's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, let's roll. What's happening with it?
We kicked the women out for a whole month. We running this thing now.
We gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah. Now, what we gonna talk about? What do men really want? And just so you know, it's not always about sex or sports or things like that. We really do want a serious relationship. Some of us do, and even find a wife, you know. And it can be hard sometimes, you know. It can be hard to meet that right person, and especially when you get a little bit older, it even get a little bit harder. So, my boy, Mr. Jones, what do you think?
Whatever.
What do you think about that? What can you tell some of the ladies out there what men really want?
I think, like the gentleman said in the opening video, it's best to sidestep the stipulations that all men ain't this or all men only want that and things of that nature. And what you really need to do is focus in on yourself and find out exactly what it is that's really important to you in the relationship that you're looking to build with somebody else. Because you come to the list with you come to the table with this list of 200 things that you must have and all that. That's not going to get you the dude that you want. 9 times out of 10, you're going to run him away.
Exactly. Exactly. And I agree with you. You know, men, we know we want a woman that care for us and love us just as much as we gonna love and care for them. And we just, you know, got to pray and just hopefully find somebody like that. And I'm gonna go with Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, what can you tell the ladies out there what men really want today?
Well, I can tell them what I really want because I think for me to put a blanket statement on all men be wrong with me to do that because some men
Wow.
don't even want what we want. You know what I'm saying? So so with that being said, I think for me, uh, looking at it, you know, it's the, the thing about honesty, openness, you know, all
Hmm.
those things that are sound cliches. Actually, that's at the bottom of what we really want. We really want somebody to be fair with us, to treat us
Right.
fair, to be open, to be honest, not judgmental, not try to redirect who I
Right.
am, but enhance me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the things that I look at. But we'll get deeper as we go.
All right, I like that, and you're right. And King D, what's on your mind? Tell some of the ladies out there what some of the men might want, in your opinion.
I think a man wants. I mean, you know, it's all fun when you're young, but once you reach a certain age, you want to just chill. You know what I'm saying? You want to just have somebody, a companion, to grow with and to travel the world. That's just my opinion.
And I agree with you. You know, when you're kind of young out there, a lot of guys, not all, but some don't take it too seriously. They're just out there doing their thing as young men. But you become you definitely want someone you can build with, and you definitely want to, have a true woman, a queen in your life that you can do things with. I mean, I know I do. I would like to have somebody that I can travel with, and she can love me, I can love her, and we can kind of build things. And life is so short, you just want to find that right person. You don't want to waste a lot of time, and men are not that difficult to understand. We get this bad rap that men just dogs and we don't really care, and we just out here trying to grab every female we can grab. And it's not necessarily true. There are some good men out here that truly want to find a woman to love and settle down with and grow old together. 5 years, 10 years go by quick. Shoot, I'm
Absolutely.
57. What's that, Mr. Jones?
I say absolutely. It definitely is, because as time go past, you understand we as men, if nobody else, and I mean grown, mature, and maturing men,
Mm-hmm.
we as men understand that time don't belong to us, and
Mm.
we are in no control of our health.
We
You can
should.
try to maintain it as best as you can, but you got to put a lot into it to maintain it. So we don't
You
maintain these things. And so with us not being the maintainer of health and time, you begin to waste it little by little bit, little, until we by the time you get 40, 45, 50, if you still wasting time with chasing women, you can go ahead and wrap it up. You're an old fool. I'm just telling you what it is.
I agree with you 100%. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because as we get older in life, your health do change, and it doesn't quite stay the same. I mean, I work out constantly, and you can tell you're not young like you used to be, and your health does change. And that's another thing, men. I need to tell all my brothers out there, especially the older men, you need to definitely go to the doctors and get checked. It's a lot of brothers out here dying of colon cancer and things like that. And I believe if they had a good woman they would tell them, baby, go get checked. Go see about that doctor. Go to the doctor and get yourself checked so you can be here another 10 years or 20 years with me or what have you. But I'm glad that you brought that up, because we definitely do need to go get ourselves checked. And like I said, I definitely want to settle down, because I ain't getting no younger. Sure, I ain't trying to be one of these old men out here by myself. I want to hold hands and do things and everything. So, ladies, we just let you know that it's a lot of single dudes out here that do want to settle down, just find the right one and everything. So, the Mr. Carter, what you got to say? You got anything else to say about that?
Yeah, let me unmute. Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna split hairs with you. I'm gonna play
Come
devil's
on with it.
advocate.
Come on.
I don't necessarily ascribe to that concept. I wanna be with somebody. I wanna have somebody to grow old with. I wanna have somebody to sit on the porch with, and and rock the day away, and all that good stuff. All that good stuff.
Right,
But in the process of securing that, we look at what it is that we want. That's the question I kept hearing in my mind. What do we really want? And
right,
if I'm honest on this show, I have to say that I don't think it was a waste of time, when I keep seeking, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way I'm gonna find that I'm looking for, is to keep
right,
on keeping myself available, open, open to the possibilities of something better, to come along, something that matches me, that's
right.
going to enhance me, because that's what it's about. We have to go back to the biblical piece of this thing. See, what we
Mhm.
do is, as men, and I mean women too, men and women, what we do as human beings, we take this whole thing out of concept. It was a blueprint. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? The blueprint was clear. You know what I mean? So now, since we done got it all jumbled, as a man, I find myself, and I found myself over many years, searching for me, for real.
right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Because dig this piece here, and I'm gonna let you go. You
Oh
know,
no, go ahead, preach
we,
on, bro.
we something else. You know what I'm saying? I know me. I know that, you know, for a lot of years, you know what I'm saying, when I was playing ball and stuff like that, and I
Right.
was in situations where I had a lot of women, you know, at my disposal, you know, I had to ask myself once, what was it that I was actually seeking?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know about the guys on this panel or anybody else, but I know about me. I know I found my ass rolled over after I had an orgasm,
Oh.
and I found myself in the fetal position.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like you know, that's indicative of, and I know this is gonna rub people wrong, but that's indicative of that baby stage, that infant stage, that lost dark stage when you really don't know, when you just want to be, you just want to be content
Right.
with life as it
Right.
is. And that's, you know,
Absolutely.
it wasn't no after party. It was come, roll up. So and today, you know what I'm saying, up until like recently, we still find ourselves, or I find myself still seeking.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think that you got to know what you're looking for.
And you right about that, because a lot of times we sometimes don't know what we're looking for. We're trying to find what we're looking for. And I definitely agree with you with that and everything. It's hard, but you know, men sometimes men we got to look in the mirror sometimes and ask that question: is what am I looking for? What do I want?
Yeah,
And
who are you?
it can be hard. It can be kind of difficult. What did you say, Mr. Jones?
I'm right there with Mr. B. I understood what he was saying in its exact in its entirety. When after the thrill is gone,
Yeah, yeah,
especially on them one night expeditions, or them just I'm just doing something to be doing something. It's like, oh, what did I just do? Like, oh my God, like
yeah.
I
Right,
could just
right,
be,
right,
I could just find myself
right.
just listen here. I just don't touch me, don't look at me, don't talk to me, nothing. Let me
Mhm.
go ahead and rest up so I can get on up out your way, because this ain't what I really want. And you think that's what you really want as you're growing in this lifetime, until you grow to the point of being tired of that.
Right, that part. Right, I agree.
That's true.
Because I think
That's
we've all been there
amen.
before. Because I know I have been there a few times, and you sit there and you just scratch your head like, wow, and gosh, this not the one I want, and I'm just doing this for the thrill of it, and
You know, for all intents and purposes, ladies, if nobody ever told you, for all intents and purposes, in lack of better words, it's the feeling like a dirty whore.
yeah,
Like
that
for real. Like man, what the hell did I just do this for?
Mhm.
exactly.
Mm-mm. You get tired of that feeling. Trust me, and it get tiresome quickly as your maturity starts to graduate. Oh yeah, I'm cool on that.
Mhm.
Do that. King D, what else you got to say
And another
about
thing,
that?
I want to say this. I want to say that I don't believe these days, anyway. I don't believe women are women anymore.
Okay.
I
Mm.
believe that they trying to take. I believe that women try to take the dominant role in relationships, and it just, and that's where men and women clash. If you let the man be a man and let the man
Right,
lead,
right,
then
Yeah, yeah, that
it
part,
wouldn't
brother.
be, clashing.
right.
Right.
And he absolutely right. You know, you on point, young bro. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely something that's happened. But you know, not to point the finger at them as if to say nah, 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 but to give some help to that concept. You know what has happened is, once again, we got to go back. You know what I'm saying? This is
True.
the whole game they put
Mhm.
down on this Willie Lynch. When he put this thing down on his top, it's affected the whole structure of the family, the whole family dynamic. You know, we know what a family was. We got to know we was the first people of civilization. So we ain't void of what family was or what that unity looked like. You know what I'm saying? But what we were stripped of confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We were
Yep.
told that we couldn't maintain our household. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From 100 years ago, and we see somebody else come in and raise our kids, you know what I'm saying? Fade our wives, you know, give our women, you know, what we supposed to be giving them. And then we sit back and we ask, why is this dynamic so devastated today? It's because
Right.
it was already put in place, and ain't nobody looking at the fact that, you know what I'm saying, this thing was designed for us to have issues, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And where the
yeah, yeah.
woman now
Mm-hmm.
sees herself, you know what I'm saying, at the head of that table, because oftentimes, realistically, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes,
Right.
she the one with the paper. Oftentimes,
Right.
she the one with the car.
Right.
Oftentimes, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? She all it, but she still ain't
Yeah,
no man at the end of the
yeah,
day.
I get
And
it.
she shouldn't assume that position simply because of money or other,
Mm-hmm.
you know, other factors. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's very
Right.
true. That's very true. Like men, like you said, men were put in a position where we, well, black men. I'm gonna say that black men were put in a position where we were. The system is not made for us, and it made our black women more dominant. And then they pretty much ran the household while we were selling drugs or in and out of prison, or like the way the
Right.
system is just set up and as a whole. And so it just pushed women to be more dominant. And then for it makes it harder for us that want relationships and want to be
Mm-hmm.
in good committed relationship, and make it hard for us because the woman has been through so much with the past. I'm gonna say 5-10 years. She's been through so much. Then we come along as a good man, and she's pushing us away. She's pushing us away, like, oh, I've been doing this for 10 years by myself. I don't need no man, da da da. But then when it's time to get intimate, like the good brother was saying just a second ago, when it's time to get intimate, he gets into nothing, roll over and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, okay, I'm being
Yeah.
I'm in a position where I can't win with you. So that's the way I feel anyway.
I wanna put a little paperclip attachment on to the end of that, and I want you to think about it in this aspect too, where you're talking about the design of things, how the system is designed. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of things, including men, if they are real with themselves, they'll think about it. But for the most part, a lot of men are always in the come and go of things, so they don't have time to sit down and stop and think to themselves. But what type of hamper do you think that these type of things as a man would put on your mental state, as far as your self-esteem, as far as your courage, as far as just your drive, motivation, your walk, all of that? When you start talking about the designs of the system for those that don't understand it and don't understand how to break it, then what you have to understand that what comes along with that is a broken man. Now, this is what you call a no good man, because I mean, it's not the simple thing that's of saying that the man is no good. I mean,
Right.
because even things that are broken can be repaired. It's just to what extent is it broken to. And so women that don't understand exactly what the man don't voice in his opinion, because we're taught to be quiet and just put it on our shoulders and keep on walking. And so he's on his day-to-day about within life, and he's not understanding that he's walking with a system that was designed that if he picked it up and carried it, it was
Mm-hmm.
going to break him.
I agree with
Mhm.
that. Let's bring it back to King B, and that's a good point because you see a lot of that. You see a lot of the women taking lead, and most of them feel like they don't get need a man because in so many ways that a lot of men had, we have failed them in a certain way. I see today when we got women changing tires and the man just sitting in the passenger side, sitting on the road, or just looking at her or pumping gas, and I'm like, oh, wow, is this what it boils down to now? Is this the new men that's coming up today? Back in my days, we wouldn't dare to let a woman pump gas, change a tire, or do all this nonsense thing and everything. We just live in a different
Mhm.
time. Right? I think that's one reason why a lot of women, say they don't really need a man. And ladies, I want you to know we need you. We want you to need us first most and everything.
Exactly.
Just let you know that we love you, and we just need to work together so we can get together and everything. So
So we can all agree. So everybody
Oh
out
yeah,
there can all agree so far that all men want a submissive woman. So far, that's what we get so far.
Submission.
yeah.
Submission. Well,
I
well,
think
well,
I mean that submission thing. That's a heavy price. That's a heavy price,
Hey,
man. That
well,
submission word got a price tag on it. I ain't gonna say
hey,
that I want a submissive woman. I just want a woman's woman. If you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying. A woman that other women look to and be like, yeah, that's
yeah.
what it is right there.
I'm
You
not
know.
gonna lie. I want a caring woman, a woman that cares me, love me, and she wants to be switchy.
you said you want the what?
She wants to be switchy. Yeah. I just want to carry a woman, and that's what I'm really looking for. I want somebody that I can laugh with, joke around with. Your problems, my problems. I mean, we work together as one and everything. And basically, that's what a man wants. They want to be needed. You know, I mean, I know there's some strong women out there, but that's the thing that make a man to work hard. We want to feel needed and everything. And most of all, we definitely want peace. Love you, but we definitely want peace. Can you men agree with me on that?
I think peace is that
Amen.
number one priority.
Oh, most
That
definitely.
Yeah. I
You
think
know, well, that it's really about being having peace, moving that bad, and two. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Hey everybody, this is Isaac. Ladies, don't you hate that when you get into an argument, discussion, a difference of opinion, or some type of dispute that he shuts down, he withdraws, or he goes silent? Let me give you 5 reasons why men go silent, they withdraw, or they just shut down. Number 1, self-preservation. Number 2, insulation. Number 3, interrogation. Number 4, the lack of maturation. And number 5, it's simple. His feelings are hurt. He just doesn't know how to tell you. So let's dig for a quick moment. Number 1, self-preservation. So he doesn't want to say something that he can't take back. He doesn't want to do something that he would live to regret. So his option of withdrawing is to preserve our relationship. You don't realize this, but he would say to himself, whether he has a temper, whether he's extremely angry, his mode of preserving what you all have is by making sure he withdraws, because he would much rather go silent than to speak something that would hurt you or do something that would harm your relationship. It's just that simple. That's his way of protecting the relationship. That's his way of protecting you all by taking a step back and making sure he could gather himself. And gathering himself for you often looks like shutting down, which in fact what he's doing is he's protecting what you all have. Number 2, insulation. He's going to insulate himself because he feels a familiar pain, right? There is a wound that is unhealed. Therefore, whatever has taken course in your conversation or your interaction, it is a familiar experience. And so it triggers him. And so as a result, he shuts down, because to shut down is a way that he insulates himself from experiencing further hurt. Whatever has taken place, whatever has been said or done, it's familiar territory. So all he knows is to shut down so he can protect his heart, he can protect his emotions, he can protect his mind. So he's insulating himself. Now it comes off as shutting down to you. It comes off as him doing it intentionally to hurt you, when in fact he's trying to care for himself. And that's the only way he knows how, or the best way he knows how to care for himself, because there is a familiar pain or familiar trauma present, and he's trying to protect himself from it. Number 3, interrogation. Sometimes he will shut down, he will go silent, or he will withdraw because he does not know exactly what he feels, and he doesn't know what to do about that. So he needs to withdraw so he can analyze, he can assess what's really going on in his heart, in his mind, in his spirit. So again, you can interpret him going silent as an attack against you, when in fact he doesn't quite know what's going on inside of him. So he needs time to feel. Every man needs time to feel. So he will withdraw because he's trying to assess what's really going on in his life, in his mind, as a result of your conversation or your interaction. Number 4, the lack of emotional maturation. Now, I don't care how old he is. I don't care whatever his profession is. Our emotional progression is not always parallel to our chronological clock. And sometimes we stop aging at the place or the time in which we experienced an injury. And sometimes we will go through life and people would not have demanded that we grow in that area. So emotionally, some men are emotionally underdeveloped, and they have not developed in that area because there was not a demand on their life to grow. So their resort in an argument or a discussion, or when there is feedback, is to shut down. And shutting down is because they don't want to hear anything that is contrary to what they believe or what they want to hear or what doesn't feel good. And that's not okay, but that's what they understand and that's what they know. And number 5 is simple. His feelings are hurt, and he doesn't quite know how to communicate to you that whatever has been said, whatever has been done, it makes him feel a way. And he's hurt, he's shocked, and he doesn't know how to tell you, hey, what you said and what you did, it actually hurt my feelings. Right? And so we think that men are made of steel, but we're even more sensitive than women actually give us credit for. And so we're hypersensitive. So it could be that he's shutting down, he's withdrawing because his feelings are hurt. And you, the one who he's allowed close to him, close to his heart, has wounded him or hurt his feelings, and you don't even realize it.
That video's deep. I can see myself. I see myself in that video, and because I've been hurt, and feelings, and that video right there is real deep and straight to the point. And a lot of men, I mean, shutting down, just closing out everything. Mr. Jones, experience anything like that? Explain what the young man was.
Yeah, we all have. I mean, and that goes across the board. I think all men have gone through the situation of being hurt where the hurt was not realized, and especially when you're trying your best to explain the pain, and the person is taking it as you're trying to use it as a defense mechanism and not be accountable for what's happening and what's going on. And so they take it as, you just this and you just that, and woo, woo, woo. But what you did, I'm not saying I don't understand what I did, but I'm just saying because of what happened, now I have to be the bad guy, or I have to be the guy that's unworthy of love or trust or anything because of what happened. We can't sit down and work it out. We can't sit down and talk about it. And 9 times out of 10, in them stages, that's exactly what happens. You don't get a chance to talk about it. You don't get a chance to work it out because in a woman's mind, it's all of a sudden that you're supposed to know better and you a dirty dog for this and blase skippy woo woo. And it's like, hey, okay, well, I don't even want to talk about it no more. Then if that's how you feel about it, then it's done.
Mr. Jones, you said mouthfuls up there because exactly that's how it is. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've been in some situations like that, and you just get to that point like, okay, I'm a bad guy now. I'm just not, I'm not gonna say nothing. But when they said it, that kind of hurt because it's not you're not a bad guy. It's just sometimes communication get crossed and feelings get hurt, and just because you're a man, your feelings get hurt too. I think T-Bone, I think he said that. He said, you know, men cry. Yeah, we cry too. We have feelings, and we go to this a lot. Mr. Carter, what's your take on the video we just saw?
Well, wow, man. I was listening to it, and a lot of what he was saying was things that I also echo. You know, when I was working in the field, you know what I mean. Those are those things rung true to me. I can remember a lot of that. Me telling my clients this information, but more so telling myself this information. I'm looking at everything he said 1 through 5. In fact, here, you know, I've spoken to some people here recently, you know what I'm saying, and mentioned some of these things. You know, the one thing that I find to be true for me, and I always identify myself and not make a blanket statement, but for me, you know, one of the things that I like was the self-preservation part. You want to, you know, and oftentimes these things are taken as it's mixed signals. You know, it's like it looks like avoidance, and well, it's not avoidance. It's like I'm trying not to go somewhere. I want this to be all right, you know, or insulation. When you insulate, you're trying to insulate yourself in a situation to secure it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, all these things were, you know, like right on point. You know, so when we talk about the lack of emotion and you talking about being hurt, man, that's the bottom line. At the end of the day, don't be taking my kindness for weakness, or or me being truthful and hurt me with what I give you. You know, and that happens a lot in these relationships, and which is why men sometimes just choose to back away, set back
Exactly.
or do whatever, because here it is, you know, you browbeating me and you're not allowing me to give you the information. So you try to strip, it's like you trying to strip me of my manhood. So
Exactly.
it's a lot that goes into that.
Before we go to bro, just want to thumbnail one in there with that, Mr. B. Understand, ladies, that's where the monster comes in. That's the monster you create. When he has no outlet and all of that becomes pent in, and he has nobody to talk to, nobody he can trust. And after a while, his feelings for you start to diminish because he thought you was that one. But it comes in the end and finds out like, man, I'm in this by myself.
Exactly. That part right there. Exactly. King D, what you have to say about this?
I 100%. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm sitting there in the garage. I'm sitting there in the garage, my neighbor. I 100% agree. Men do get emotional, and we like. I'm not good with names, but like the young man with the flashing lights.
Jones.
Him,
Mac.
Mr. Jones. Like he was saying, saying that men been put in a position where we're not allowed to show emotion in our house. So like it's like as soon as we start showing emotion, or like somebody in the comments said that men cry too. As soon as we do that, then we got a woman that's, oh, you a punk, you crying, you this, you that, and then it's just like, damn, like I don't have no outlet, I don't have nowhere to turn to, I don't have nobody to talk to. I'm just put in this position where I'm by myself. Like I have to, and then that's when men fall into smoking, drinking, because they self-medicate to mask those emotions, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense or not.
Exactly.
Which then in turns make him what women call emotionally unintelligent.
Exactly. Exactly. And I agree with y'all, brothers. And I'm gonna tell you, it's hard. Ladies understand it's hard being a man, even when it comes to being honest. And a lot of times, they want honesty, and we get jacked up for being honest. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, now I'm pretty sure y'all can relate. If you ever had a lady you used to date or whatever, and she asks about this dress, and you're like, well, does it look good on me? And all of a sudden, you call me fat. That's why you ain't saying nothing. I'm not calling you fat. Yeah, I'm not calling you. Get beat up.
Do it look good on me?
they be on you. They be, just you feel bad and you just sitting there like, well, damn, I'll just keep my mouth shut. And then you keep your mouth shut, now you're knowing them. So
that's bro, where you get in that old saying and say, ask me no questions, I tell you no lies. That was from a man to a woman. Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies. I promise you, because the minute you get to ask me how this wig look, and I don't. Yeah, you're asking too much, man. You're asking too much, because see, these things that you putting on, this extra exterior, those things are for you. You're doing that for yourself. Why do women think that they do? And they'll say, here's the quick thing. They'll say, we're not doing this for us, for y'all. We doing this for us. Then why ask me how it look?
That part right there, Mr.
If you're doing it for you, don't ask me no questions. Because if I don't say nothing because it look bad, then you're going to think that I'm trying to be rude or mean or this or that. And if I do say it look bad, then I'm being rude or mean or this or that. But if I tell you a lie and somebody else come in and tell you the truth, then you're going to be like, why you lied to me? And so you can't win that battle. So I just don't even get involved in that battle. Ask me no questions, I tell you no lies. That's my favorite answer.
You just can't win. You just can't win. And we all been there. I'm telling you this, ladies, us men, we don't care about your nails. We don't care about all this hairstyle, these nails, because like he said, y'all, most of them, the ladies I talk to, they say they do it, I guess, and they competing against each other, because men really don't care. We just want you. Basically, the natural you. We don't really too much care about these getting your nails done. I mean, I'm not going to be in love with your nails. I'm going to be in love with you. We don't too much care about certain wigs and all these styles. I understand y'all do that because you like doing it or you competing against each other. But truly, men, we just want our women just to be as natural as possible because we just want to love you and we can care less about the wigs and this and that. That money, shoot, all that money I spent on something else, a brand new car.
Bro, look here. Go in there natural and find out if he gonna turn that thing down, and then you'll figure out what that shit really look like. Go in there with nothing on, no nails, no wigs, no weaves, no 28 pieces or 27 pieces, no toes done. Just go in there natural and see if he'll turn that thing down. If he don't turn that thing down, then you know it don't matter. You'll know it definitely don't matter.
It doesn't matter. All that money we can say. What did you say about this, Mr. Carter? What you got to pin on this?
Hit me with my theme song. That's what I got to say.
She said, run as fast as you can. You know I'm broke, ain't got no man, but I need that 40 in my hand, and I ain't gonna call you back again. It's probably Monday morning. Guess what? I think the girl done got broke again. Ooh.
You know it's on deck, bro. You know I got it queued up. You know I'm ready for it.
I need that song. I need that song.
Hey, boy. Hey, you just got to listen to it and it'll make a lot of sense. On both sides of the coin.
Yeah, stop playing. Yeah. That's you spending all that money because that's what you want to do. That it has nothing to do with me. We spend money on things that listen, women spend money on self different than men spend money on self. And the only reason why we spend money on self kind of like women do is to attract women. If it wasn't for the attraction part, we wouldn't spend money nowhere near how each other spend money. Nowhere near. We wouldn't give a damn about no haircuts, no beard lineups, no retwist on no locks. You wouldn't care about none of that. All you'd want is a PS5 or Xbox, a nice car, and some food, and whatever you gonna do. You wouldn't care nothing about what she talking about if you wasn't attracted to her.
Exactly.
Man. But you want me to be like you and be like, oh yeah, that's attractive. And I'm lying because I was attracted anyway. It's about the person that you are as a person, not all this extra shit that you put on your body.
Yeah.
You
See,
know,
that's the
for
part I
me,
understand. That's the part we see like what you are. We like that. We start off with your personality, the communication. Yeah, you know, it got to look because you know men they attract to women on sight, and we don't care what that's all about that other nonsense that y'all do. This is what men really want to tell you the truth. We want, you know, we don't care about that other stuff, all that other stuff that you spend money on, toenails. We just want.
Look.
yeah.
So to the women that partially get it but don't understand it all the way, because there's some out there that get what I'm saying, but they only partially getting it. Don't buy ass. Just be satisfied with the ass that you got.
Hey man, keep it real.
Somebody wants the ass that you got.
That's right.
Somebody is attracted to that little bitty ass. You just want a big one. Like, why do you? Somebody's attracted to it.
So on that note, you
Hey,
know,
tell the
I'm
truth, Shane the devil. Tell the truth and Shane the devil.
yeah.
That's just being
So
real. Call him.
yeah. So on the real note, you know, we got to ask ourselves this: did the person really like me for who I was or who they thought I could be? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I don't mind a person going out spending a little money, getting them a little something to make them feel good. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Are you gonna allow me to have a mental orgasm, or do I have to come physically? You know, if I got to do it physically, then I can go ahead and go to the shower and get that myself. You know, but the
Hey,
mental orgasm is what men are looking for. Do you make me say, "Oh, wow"? You know what I'm saying? Are you like, is it like the 4th of July? You know what I'm saying? When I think about
Right.
it, you know. So yeah, you know. But
Yeah.
and they think they the only ones like that.
yeah.
Right. Tell
They
the truth.
think they the only ones like that.
Some of them do. Some of them
Women
really do.
think that they the only. Listen. If you don't want no, damn.
Don't
It's
tell
gonna
me.
come out. It's gonna. Hey, we gotta beep some of this out. This is what it is. So look, if you don't want no dumb motherfucker, what make you think I want one?
Oh no.
I'm gonna clap for myself.
Hey. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. King D, what you got to say, man? What's up? King D still there with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, how you feel about that?
He
Yeah,
hit it
yeah.
right on the head, man. But Mr.
Hey, I hope I'm not doing too much, bro. I know this is our first time doing this together, man. I hope I ain't hitting you with too much.
What was that, King D?
King D, can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. It cut out a little bit, but
Yeah, he
I'm
said.
here.
He said, "What's your response again?"
My response was, I forgot what you even said because I was trying to figure out what was going on with my phone. What'd you say? What's the last thing you said?
Stuff like that. I mean, we love women for who they are. We don't care all about the, you know, the nails
Oh,
and how
okay.
big and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Women. Yeah, I think women just gone just overboard with these big old BBLs and all this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look on like reality TV, Jesus Christ, those butts are just massive and their legs don't match. That shit is not cute. That is not cute.
Like, no, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't mind a booty here and there, but when they overdo it and act like you gotta do it so much where you can put a cup on it and put a TV on it,
It looked like a full diaper. It just looked like a full diaper on the baby. That's what it looked like.
Look, you know
Yeah, I
that.
gotta do all that.
Looked like you didn't. It looked like you didn't squeeze a Depends in some spandex.
Yeah, that's something. That's something.
Yeah, you know, men,
I'd
we
rather
just
go.
ladies just natural. But, you know, that's what we get. We get that.
Oh, yes, this is the way.
boy. Y'all see that video on how we talk?
Say who? Say what?
Yeah, you saw that? Shoot.
That was all right.
That video was hot, boy.
Yeah, that was
Boy,
hot.
but see, I'm loving this because this is what we do, men. We get together and we talk about stuff like this, and especially what we want in life. And like I said, men are simple. We simple, but we do want to be admired and loved, and like we feel like we are needed and everything. And well, we tell women that we don't care about all that other stuff. We know y'all do it for y'all, with the hair and the nails and stuff. But men just really want women that care for them and love them, and we'll give our love back. That's what we are looking for, and everything. So all the other stuff, that's for y'all. We don't mind that, but we don't really care about that stuff. We just keeping it real and everything. So what else we got to add into this, Mr. Jones? Come on.
I mean, let's not place the blame on anybody as far as a gender goes. But like Lauryn Hill said, it could all be so simple, man, but you'd rather just make this hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get that. That's the point. That's the part that keeps me studying, watching, learning, because it's like it'd be the simplest thing. It really is the simplest thing. It's not nothing all complex. It's not nothing all taken out of context. It's none of that, ladies. It's very, very simple. But because we operate from two different systems, it's kind of like, we both know we cell phones, but y'all got the Mac OS and we on the Android. And we both cell phones, but we just operate on two different systems.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And the minute you learn that we'll be all right.
Oh yeah, most definitely. How you feel about that, Mr. Clark?
Yeah, I feel you, Mr. Jones. I can agree to, I hear exactly what you're saying. Embrace the differences. Don't try to make them so similar or so alike that you lose all the specialness of it. You know what I'm saying? Women have, things that they do that we need to embrace. You know what I'm saying? And by the same token, we as men, we want to know that our differences are being embraced,
Right.
But I was going to say, when you were talking about the way at the beginning of this, when you were talking about how they look and whatnot, let me say this in all transparency. I might do something a little strange. So I don't need you coming with your feet all jacked up. You know what I'm saying? Go get your pedicure. You know what I'm saying? The Brazilian game, I'm good with that. I don't know what I might, you know what I'm saying? So after
My
the
Lord.
head, after
Hey, I was waiting on something to get him.
The brain
goodness.
head. After we get into the head portion of this and we have that connection, you know what I'm saying? I want everything else to be in order too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not an extremist with it. You know what I'm saying? But don't think that I'm gonna be happy to see you looking like the bag lady.
Oh, snap.
Take care of what you got first.
Exactly.
Appreciate what you got. And ladies, as a disclaimer, when he said after we get past the head portion, he talking about mentality, thoughts, things of that nature. Let's not take this further.
Yeah, don't.
Hey, hold on.
That was that funky
Moses Christ.
Yeah. Hey, King D, you got anything to say on that?
Absolutely not.
I hear you, King D.
Hey.
Oh boy, you crazy. Oh man, you crazy.
I'm telling you. That's what I'm talking about. If I
Man,
get a woman like that make me laugh and smile like this, shoot, we good to go.
don't you know that don't you know that laughing is like a big portion of the experience,
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
medicine,
that's
yeah.
true.
especially if your guy is very mature but very childish at the same time, like me. I love to laugh.
Exactly. What woman wouldn't want some man that's very mature, but at the same time love to laugh and be a little silly? That's me all
Yeah. I'm 45 years old. I ain't got time to be hey, in today's board
All
meeting, what
serious
we
all the
did
time.
is I'm get the hell. I don't have time for that. I'm not built like that.
Yeah, me neither, man. You know, I ain't built like that. I like to joke around, laugh. I mean, I be serious, you
Yeah.
know, but and life is too short. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be happy and laugh
But you
and
do have those ladies that nag all the time. Those naggers.
oh
That's
no,
nagging
no,
and nagging and nagging.
yeah,
The LA
yeah.
naggers. The LA naggers, that's what we call them.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
see,
You got some LA naggers and you got some LA nakers out there too, young blood. I'm telling you.
yeah, we don't need that. Life is too short. We don't need that nag and stuff or nothing like that.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right to have an opinion about something or express if something needs to be done or something like that. But you know, we talked about this a couple shows back, bro. We
Yeah,
was like,
we talked about
when
this
you were
couple of
saying
shows
like,
ago.
I'm watching Super Bowl. You talk about the garbage
Go
needs to
put
be.
that
Listen, yeah. If you don't go sit down somewhere talking about the damn garbage, you see what I'm doing. I get the garbage. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was in things like that one time, and I was looking at her girl. The Cowboys are playing. Can I finish watching this game? And 2 minutes later, she came back napped again. I was just like, oh, Jesus, what I do so wrong? What I do to deserve this? What I do? Oh Lord, but other than that, y'all, you know, me and very, very simple, and I just love making this, and how much more minutes we got? Well, we're almost at the end. So I'm gonna leave it, Mr. Jones. I'm gonna give the women some nutrition of the day. Uh,
Okay.
what? Go ahead, brother. Preach on.
Um. Um. I made a video about this today, and I think this is something I would like to give. Uh, Totally off topic, but definitely nutritional for the day. Um, what I said was I got out of the habit of saying, um, "Man, I remember when," or
Mm.
"Man, back in the day,"
Oh.
or "Man, when we used to do this." Or y'all ain't got nothing on when we used to do that, because it implies not only that I was living in a better time than you live in,
Right.
or that I'm living in with you, but it also implies that I'm unappreciative
Oh.
of the time that I have on the planet today. So
Right.
I got away from telling, you know, the younger, especially the younger generation, like, hey, back in the days I used to, and back in the days we used to, and y'all clothes ain't nothing. Listen here, as long as I can still find me something to put on, I
Right.
appreciate that.
Right.
Because I'm not finna worry myself. Listen, I'm not going crazy about what you got on. Because listen, I understood from a heterosexual male standpoint. You didn't get dressed this morning
Mm.
for me to look at your clothes and say, hey, I like what you got on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't care what you got on. Listen, you could have walked out the house naked. It ain't gonna bother me. It's none of my business. I hope that was nutritional enough for everybody.
Yes. Yes. Looking here, this is I love this, ladies and gentlemen. Please, for the whole month of September, it's going to be the ladies. They will be back in October. Okay, and we just want to tell ladies the show, Spicy and Teresa and Keisha, and y'all. And honey, we do miss you. Where's our show this month?
We miss y'all, ladies.
But we do miss y'all. We do miss y'all. But this is our show for this month. And this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. There's more to come. And we appreciate the love and everything. And we're going to try to do our best to keep y'all happy. And if y'all have any ideas or anything for us to talk about, be free to call, text. And we appreciate you open up your doors and open up just being here with us today and everything. And special thanks to Spicy for this great idea, for the means to get together and just chop it up. So please, until next week, we'll be here, a different topic, and we'll be seeing y'all soon. God bless you. Nothing but love. Peace out.